From Transformers Studio Series, it is the Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime. Yes, at long last, we finally got this guy, like a very important member of the cast, you know, kind of a key character. And I hope you've seen Transformers 1, because if you haven't, I'm probably going to mention some spoilers in here, but it was quite some time ago, and why Hasbro took so long getting this guy out to us is it's unconscionable. Unconscionable. But I am going to go through him bit by bit and see if this one is hopefully better than the, I think, Warrior Class, the one that went for like 20 bucks. I don't remember the exact name, but it was like kind of deluxe-ish. But this is a Voyager Class of Sentinel Prime. So we'll have fun with it. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Captain Kyle. Welcome aboard. If you've been watching for a while, thanks for coming back. That is totally awesome. Glad to have you. And it's time to have some fun with Sentinel Prime. Be right back. So the box looks nice, and it's a window box, which is nice. And here we see Sentinel Prime on the side. The other side we see, I don't know, an Autobot symbol, and I guess a continuation of this picture to his arm. Seems weird. Of course, we see his vehicle mode there, and we see the various modes on the back. So I'm liking these. They're much more stackable than the legacy boxes, though it means easier to get stuff lost. All right, I'm gonna slice the top. Didn't have to slice the bottom. Could slice the bottom, but it's not really a sliceable. And let's get him out of his plastic prison. And there he is on his cardboard, and you can see he's got accessories with Autobot paper. Now, he shouldn't have an Autobot symbol because he's not an Autobot. He was just a Cybertronian, so this was before Autobots and Decepticons, but he has a shitty piece of paper. Getting rid of it. There's instructions, that's kind of helpful. And the box. All right, so he's got plastic holding him to this cardboard. Oh, let me snip that. And there he is. Now, right out of the box, you need to flip his feet, or else he's gonna fall the hell over. Let's zoom in on him, and let's get this Autobot paper. I mean, in this case, they could have just used white paper. I would not be upset. They still need to get Decepticon paper. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about that. And here we have, looks like a gun, looks like another gun, and it looks like his big pink whooshy shield. Not really a whooshy shield, but Sentinel, and again, spoiler alert, is the kind of guy you love to hate. And I hate the fact that there's all this plastic shit on my table, so let's get rid of it. By examining the instructions, it is showing various configurations for the weapons. The guns can go in his hands. The shield can go on his arm. But wait, there's more. Because you can take these guns and plug them onto the shield, like so. So you can point his shield and fire. And you can pull down his forearm, so it becomes like, I guess, a cannon. You can also take his little epaulet things here, put them up, slide that. So I guess he has like shoulder cannons. And just to be a little bit overboard, you can open up his side things here, flip out his heels, and pull out his rockets. Dang. Oh, and these side things have little guns in here. But wait, there's more. So this is him with all his weapons out, but you can also flip this chest piece forward, and he's got a mask, a battle mask, and he can fall forward. But yes, he's got a battle mask too. I mean, it makes him look a little bit more like, say, Nightbird from like the original cartoon. And apparently you can also push the heels back in but leave out the jet so he can be flying. Let's try. No, we're not going to do that. But you can't really stand him in that mode, so that's why you need to have the heels out for balance when he's standing in that mode. Man, he's got a lot of weapons. Guilty conscience? I am noticing this pulls away pretty easily. Let's see if I pop it on so it doesn't pull off. Shut up, Logan. It still kind of pulls off pretty easily. Again, shut up, Logan. But yeah, there he is in like Ultra Fighter mode. They don't actually name the mode, I don't think. And it looks like, I suspect, you could even extend the other hand so you could have two blasters. Now, what I'm not seeing is any type of, pull these back out. They seem to want to flip in pretty quickly and easily. But yeah, I'm not seeing anywhere to put the shield other than on his arm. And no place to put the guns and other than in his fist or on his shield. So no other weapon storage. But all right, let's get him back in normal mode because we need to do some posability. But before we do that, let's put him on the turntable of doom and give him a spin. I mean, he's a good looking figure. I'll give him that. I know you were a punk. Yeah, he wasn't so nice. Not as nice as you would think. Kind of a dick. All right, let's, first of all, before I forget, because I have a tendency to forget, let's measure him. So from wingtips to feet, he's about 6 3/4 inches. If you just go head to feet, he's about 6 inches. We didn't fold these in from super mode. Now he's back to normal-ish. As normal as he gets. I also don't see a easily accessible transformation cog, but probably not included. All right, so posability-wise, first thing we always like to do, can he do a full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme? Now the wings in the back keep him from hitting the ground, but he can actually move his legs in there. If he was on 2 chairs, he'd be good. Ankle swivels, or swivels, seem to be quite generous, like that generous. I don't think you're going to need to go quite that low. It's not doing the limbo man, but they are substantial. He can kick forward. He can kick back. If you move the wings out of the... Hey, he could probably... I'm sorry, you could actually put him crouched down for that. But yeah, if you move the wings out of the way, he can kick back. You just got to worry about the nose of the jet. So that's a little bit of extra posability. His wings can flap. Probably part of the transformation too. Probably doesn't flap them a lot. Sidekick, pretty easy. Full split sidekick. Kick someone right in the face, no matter how tall they are. Bends at the knee, 90 degrees. Decent. Maybe slightly less. It might be slightly less than that. Swivels all the way around. Does he twist at the waist? Well, he does. And despite his wings, stay up. It has full clearance, so he can go all the way around. Now his arms. Now, someone mentioned today that he has very similar shoulder attachments, epaulets or whatever they're called, that Starscream had, because he's kind of fooled himself, I guess. And someone said that he was a false king. I mean, they're not wrong. But anyway, his arms could go all the way around if you fold back the wings, which they do fold back as well. So there's some additional wing posability. I guess we're getting through narrow doors. So arms all the way around, bends at the elbow, swivels, arm can go out to the side. Again, this does not seem to like to stay attached. It seems to like to come very easily away. I think I kind of got it stuck in there pretty good at the moment. Yeah, so arms, not so good. That's a complaint, is that his chest/arms can pull aside pretty easily. His fists do not twist, nor does he have fingers. Head, of course, I'd be shocked if it didn't. It's a little stiff though, twists all the way around. I do not suggest trying this when he's got his battle mask on. That will probably not work. So, ab crunch or anything? Not really. Nothing of the sort. So overall, a lot of posability. Again, not happy about the arm if you just pull too hard. Seems to be in at the moment, and of course, it's got his weapons and shield, and the shield can go on either arm, like so. And you can see there are guns on its wings, no doubt for vehicle mode. So overall, a nice looking figure, and I love the color blue, so the fact that he's blue he shouldn't have been the dick he was. Anyway, this traitor to all that should have been held dear, still good looking bot. All right, one more spin, and let's get him into vehicle mode, which is 17 steps. So there he is in vehicle mode, a nice looking jet. Kind of has a little bit of a dirge vibe, but you know, he's still a pretty cool looking. I wonder, since, you know, in this Transformers 1 universe, Megatron really hated Sentinel Prime. I wonder if he looks at Dirge and is like, if you were not a loyal Decepticon, I would blast you apart just for looking the way you do. You know, he could be that way. But I have not armed him, so let's get him armed. So here on the back is where the shield thing goes. I don't know if it has any other function in aerial mode. I don't know if it could be like launched as some kind of projectile. When Sentinel Prime throws his mighty shield. Okay, never mind. And the guns plug in, but with the square post is right here. It's actually got a kind of curve on the gun that kind of matches this hinge here. So it actually blends in pretty well. And he's got these guns here too. So again, he likes to be very well armed. Do you think he's got enemies? I think he's got enemies. But yeah, a very cool jet mode, which is about 8 1/4 inches long. The wingspan being about 6 3/4 inches. A very cool looking jet. I do like the figure, I do like the transformation. You can kind of see the back of his head here, which, I mean, they could have hit it a little bit better, but it's not 100% obvious that it's a head. Except to us in the know. You know, we know, because we're smart. Transformers smart at least. I won't go beyond that. But yeah, an awesome looking jet, I think. Just wish he wasn't such a prick. I suppose he did have good qualities at some point. Yeah, my main issue is when he's in robot mode, the arm/chest pulls away way too easily. When he's in this mode, everything is plugged in very nicely. He's not doing getting out of shape at all, except maybe the jets you could adjust. And I don't know if that's necessarily even a bad thing. You know, he needs to adjust thrust somehow. But there you go. I like him. He is a Voyager Class Studio Series, and I wish we had gotten him much sooner. I do think this is better than our previous version. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but this, I think, is so much better. Cool. And I suppose these little ports here, you can fire at someone who's, he's overtaking. Well armed. Kind of fun. And speaking of fun, I hope you're having fun watching these videos, as much fun as I have making them. And if you're enjoying this content, by all means, feel free to subscribe. That'd be totally awesome. And I do want to mention, we do have memberships now. We being me, Toy Spotlight, pretty much a one-man show, except for a editor. Okay, but he's not going to be part of the live streams. So sorry, Nick. But we do have memberships, and the memberships include a monthly members-only live stream every first Tuesday of each month. First one starting in May. Transformers Tuesday, because I'm cheesy. And that may change if there's some kind of conflict that can't be avoided, but it's pretty much going to be the first Tuesdays. And if it does change for a particular month, I will let people know. But you might want to sign up. That'd be really cool. You can ask me all kinds of questions. I might even answer. And while you are mulling over this guy, who I am putting some links in the description so you can get him. But while you check him out, you can also check out this video over here, which is Megatronus from Age of the Primes. He stole his cog, bastard. I mean, Megatronus was dead, but anyways, we will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.